Absolutely fabulous performance by him today. Just, oh, is that button blowing up? Has he blown up? Oh, it's flames coming out the back and across the start-finish line. Who's going to cross the line in front? Flames. Jenson keeps his foot down. Fisichella gets the place. Oh no! I don't believe it.
Make it.
He's not going to make it. Get out and push, Jenson. Get out and push.
And they're all right down to Coulthard. They're not a lap behind. Jenson's going to finish 10th. He's not going to get across the line. They're all going to take the pace from him. Yeah, he's down to 10th. Doesn't score any points.
Oh.
And Scott Speed did that final one.
Now is when we truly find out how they are going to deal with 2002. The Australian Grand Prix is underway, and it's a good start from the second row with Ralf Schumacher trying to squeeze through David Coulthard, and oh, contact! Ralf Schumacher in the air and into the gravel trap, and an Axel and into the tyre barrier as well. And Ralf Schumacher, cars all over the place, Saubers, Jordans, there's a Toyota in the middle of that, a BAR, and it is a disastrous start to the Australian Grand Prix.
Ben, I hope I didn't see this, but I just suspected that not what was going on at the front, but what was going on at the back. This is going to be...
Okay, let's get the T-car ready for John.
It's going to be a T-car out. We see the safety car out. It's going to be... has to be a restart. You cannot continue the circuit in this condition. Yellow flags certainly are out, localised yellow flags. Ralf Schumacher was challenging Rubens Barrichello. Barrichello cut from left to right, and then, of course, we saw what happened for the second race in succession here in Australia. Ralf Schumacher has been involved in a major accident. It occurred here at turn 1. Last year it was turn 3.
Well, it was David Coulthard who made a brilliant start from the second row of the grid. Ralf also made a good start, but it's Coulthard who got in front. And as the cars make their way around, of course, they are taking it easy now. But, well, problems.
Look at that.
So
carnage.
many drivers. That is remarkable. And looking on our timing and scoring system here, all the cars from 12th place onwards are stopped on the track. 11 cars are running at this one. In fact, Raikkonen's just got going again, so Raikkonen's running. 12 cars are running.
We've got Barrichello, Ralf Schumacher, Fisichella, Massa, Heidfeld, Button, Panis and McNish. They were all involved in this incident.
Now, let's take a look here, John, at what happened.
But watch Barrichello, and Ralf Schumacher goes between the two Ferraris. He out-accelerates his brother. Barrichello goes to the middle, then more to the right, then cuts... Ralf cuts back, of course. Rubens brakes. Look at, I mean, unbelievable. Ralf Schumacher was so fortunate, and he found the part of the safety runoff area with the most space. Now watch again. Schumacher goes one way, then Barrichello the other way, cuts back. Barrichello brakes. Ralf outbrakes himself, basically. Ralf missed his braking point.
Yeah, it does look that way. He went in without braking as Barrichello brakes and just ran into the back of him. And look at the carnage behind as cars just all over the place. Felipe Massa, the car nearest to our camera here in the middle. Well, it's just you can't see for the smoke. One or two, the Jaguars managed to sneak round.
Yes, they did. Jaguars, but drive shafts, every lubrication you can imagine on the track. And look, everybody running back now to get to those single spare cars.
But Ralph's braking catches out Villeneuve with horrendous consequences. Due to the strength of modern Formula One cars, Ralf Schumacher and Villeneuve are perfectly okay. Much to the relief of everyone on the pit wall, including BAR boss Craig Pollock. Unfortunately, a marshal has been seriously injured.
Craig Pollock, we've just seen a huge accident involving Jacques Villeneuve, but miraculously he got out of the car.
Well, exactly, it was miraculous. If you take a look at the accident, it wasn't funny. We don't want that to happen to anybody, but obviously where I'm concerned with Jacques, it means an awful lot. It looked like something happened with Ralph's engine, couldn't be avoided. We'll see, we'll know from Williams, but let's just hope he's okay.
Thank you very much, Craig.
Jack,
I'm feeling
horrendous
alright.
accident.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Any ideas what happened?
Yeah, Ralph was in the middle of the track and I wasn't sure which way he would let me overtake him, on the inside or the outside. And when I finally went for the outside, that's when he hit the brakes and I had no time to move to the outside.
Glad to see you all right, thanks. Ralph, very dramatic accident. I guess you saw most of it in your rearview mirrors.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I just saw Jack coming up behind me, then fell and crashing into me. That was all. I mean, I just saw him flying away. Hope for myself that he didn't crash into something and climbed out of the car, looked after Jack. The only sad thing is that the marshals were hurt again.
Out of the final turn, Prost corner, which is turn 16, so it looks like 18 cars will be starting from the grid, because we know that Lamy is going to be starting from the pit lane, and we know that Heinz-Harald Frentzen sadly is out of the race in the Sauber with the new Ford V10 engine. Remember that we're expecting a lot of attrition in this race. It is very hot here. The temperature is rising all the time. Remember too that you're not going to be seeing a man with a green flag walk across the back of the grid, because the whole thing has been automated. The race will start with a system of lights. There are 5 rows of red lights across the track, and when those lights go out, the race starts. Go! And Villeneuve in his first Formula 1 Grand Prix start takes the lead from Damon Hill, and Eddie Irvine passes Michael Schumacher and goes up into 3rd position, and he's going through on the inside of Damon Hill, I do believe. A sensational start by Eddie Irvine in the Ferrari, who indeed is up to 2nd place, and Schumacher has passed the Williams. Down into 3rd and 4th position goes Damon Hill, and wow, that's one of the Jordans. This is what we feared at this corner, and that looks very nasty indeed. The Jordan goes flying through the air into the wall. There is absolutely no doubt that the Australian Grand Prix will be stopped. Indeed, the red flag has gone out. It's Martin Brundle, and miracle of miracles, this is well nigh unbelievable. Martin Brundle gets out of the car and he is seemingly all right in terms of both. Now here it is, let's have a look at it again. Now watch the Jordan, the gold car in the centre of your picture.
Watch the McLaren there. It's David Coulthard who slides sideways. He runs into Martin Brundle, making up a good start. Martin Brundle's Jordan goes over spectacularly. What a tremendous tribute to the strength of these Formula 1 cars. The FIA have progressively increased the strength of the cars, and when that machine is turned over, I think Martin will just not believe he managed to get out of that, and you can see he's absolutely fine. This has been a miserable weekend for Martin Brundle.
Well, let me, to the extent that I can, without being there, reassure you that Martin Brundle seems to be perfectly all right. You can see him in the course car and the back there. He got out of the car, managed to undo his belts. Seemingly no bones broken, no problems, and here it is again. Now watch the McLaren of Coulthard. See, he moves across, collects the Jordan. Onto its nose goes the car, through the gravel trap into the wall, and of course Martin Brundle was completely blameless in that. He was on his line. Suddenly he's faced with a car moving from his right to the left, and it just takes him straight out of the race, off the track.
And we can see there once again with the Jordan, now the smoke's died down, how literally that car has broken on its back, but that's what it should do. Make no mistake about that. The important bit is that the central survival cell, that carbon fibre cockpit, has remained intact. That's what it's designed to do, and the energy has been dissipated. In fact, I think the car broke in the midpoint as it was being launched into the air for the first time. Now, whether we'll get a further replay of that, I don't know, but it looked to me as if one of the Tyrrells, and maybe it was Sarlo back there, touched David Coulthard. That slewed David Coulthard across the track. By this time Coulthard was out of control, and then he hit. Let's have another look. Now look for the second McLaren. There we see Sarlo, there's Coulthard. Let's watch carefully. Now it looked as if
to me, Coulthard ran up the back of Salo as Salo braked behind the Jordan of Rubens Barrichello. There over the Jordan goes, then the back brakes of the Jordan, and then it goes into the gravel trap, slowing the car down before it comes to rest relatively gently at the end against the barrier. But I think what happened there was that David Coulthard may have been caught out by the slowing down Salo ahead of him in the Tyrrell when he braked hard because of Barrichello, and then Brundle's car was in fact launched over the top of Johnny Herbert's tyre. I think that's what launched him in the air after Brundle himself was hit by David Coulthard.
Is he okay? Yeah, Alonso Fernandez fine.
You are flying and you are bouncing around, and you see the sky, then you see the ground, you see the sky, and you know exactly where you are, and you keep moving, you want to stop. Then the car stopped. I saw a little space to go out, and I said I go out quickly. And my mom will watch TV, so I want to be out quite quickly and say that I'm okay. But it was quite a big one.